One, go.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sophie Ortiz,
Hi, my name's Ava Bonner.
Hi, my name is Normari Gutierrez.
and we are the Mad Scientists from the Young Women's Leadership Academy in San Antonio. And our project is a homemade water filter, hoping to bring filtered water to people in an affordable, accessible, and most importantly, an easy way. And these are a table of contents within our presentation.
Introduction. Our team name is the Mad Scientists. The school we attend is Young Women's Leadership Academy in San Antonio. And the members are Ava Bonner, me, and Sophia. We decided the roles of each team member by stating what we all wanted to do and what we were best at. We assigned the responsibilities by claiming what job we would be good at, and then we picked the jobs we wanted. We all did some of the research because we all wanted to have the same amount of work and the research on this project so we could have an idea of what goal we are working towards. Working as a team in our roles was easy because we all worked hard and made sure we had everything done in the appropriate amount of time. We determined that the team member for the project manager was very sociable, outspoken, and was good with handling money. For our project coordinator, we thought that the person had to be very organized and good at documenting things. Lastly, our creative design league had to have a little bit of creativity since they were designing and creating our presentation. Our purpose, mission, and goal. Our purpose was our team used the engineering method to create a water filter. The purpose of this project is to recreate the water filter with accessible material to build our own filter instead of using an expensive water purifier. Our team goal was to try and improve the water quality of the water taken from lakes, creeks, or any nearby water source. Our mission is to bring filtered water to the people in an affordable, accessible, and an easy way. Our goal is to make an affordable and functional water filtration system. The objective for the water filtration system is to produce clean looking water and remove large sediments such as visible rock and leaves, as well as trying to remove other containments within the water.
So, some of the materials that we used were 1 gallon beverage dispenser, 1 gallon canister, activated carbon pellets, all purpose sand, candle, coffee filters, hot glue gun, knife, a label, matches, scissors, Sharpie marker, zinc strainer, tape, and a plastic water bottle.
So, on to our procedures taken for creating our water filter. First, we began by gathering all of our materials from the different stores and comparing their prices. Then we were ready to build the actual project. Before using the materials, we decided to rinse them to make sure they were clean and dry so they would not affect the outcome of the water. With both containers ready, we went ahead and labeled them. For instance, the top container would be container number 1 and the bottom container would be container number 2. Once we were ready, we started cutting our bottom of a water bottle that would act as our gadget inside the middle of our filtration system that would filter the water. We began packing it starting with a layer of a coffee filter, activated carbon pellets, another coffee filter, pebbles, all-purpose sand, another coffee filter, pebbles, activated carbon pellets, and ending with a coffee filter on top. Then we started to cut the bottom of container number 1, the top container, so we could have the bottle gadget pass through and get to container number 2. And then we were ready to cut the bottom of container number 1. By doing this, we placed it upon a candle to heat up in order to cut through plastic easier, but with, of course, parental help by our side. Once the water bottle was packed and the cut bottom of container number 1, it was time to assemble everything. First, we placed the packed water bottle gadget down container number 1's hole safely to get to container number 2, and we hot glued that on the outside just to be safe. Then we place a sink strainer on top of container number 1 and hot glued those two pieces together. Next, we hot glued container number 1, the top one, to container number 2 to make sure there's no movement between any of the containers, and so no water would spill out when we decide to filter it. Lastly, it was time to test. We poured the dirty contaminant water into the water filter to see the results between the dirty water and filtered water.
So these are the experiments executed. So we have a photo. Our first photo is the contaminants captured in the water filtration system. And then we have the clear, clean water after the filtration. And then we have the water before the filtration system with contaminants within the water. So we have experiment up close continued. So we have the working filtration system with the container number 1 on top and container number 2 on the bottom with our water bottle in the containers. And then we have a filter side view. So we have the final results of the experiment. So we have glass 1 before the filtration system. We have some water contaminants in the water, and then we have after the filtered water, which is clean. And then we have water glass number 2, which has a little bit of contaminants within the water. And then after the filtration, we have the clear, clean water. And then we have water glass number 3. It has a lot of contaminants within the water. And then we have our clear, clean water after the filtration. And then we have water glass number 4, has some contaminants in the water. And then we have the clear, clean water.
So within the time span of recreating, researching, and doing everything for the 4 trials that we did previously, we ran into unexpected trials and results. So the problem and the background behind these trials and results were: during the week of February 14th through February 20th, Texas and the residents experienced a week of freezing temperatures, rolling power outages, broken pipes, boil water notices, and even some residents experiencing no power or water for several days. In results, these events led to some residents feeling skeptical about their water sources and ultimately worried about obtaining water because they didn't have access to it or either didn't have a sufficient amount of it. Therefore, some residents had to use their resources and use their scattered snow among their yards as drinking water. Our input. In response to these events, we believe that our project of recreating an easy, efficient, and affordable water filtration system would have been a great gadget to have during these particular times. Hence, we tested the idea of using our filtration system to help those residents that didn't have resources or the ability to filter their snow as drinking water. So these are our actual results from that trial. As you can tell on our left, this is the snow, a patch of snow we collected outside among our yard before filtration. As you can tell, there's a bunch of visible contaminants, such as leaves, rocks, dirt, and even some pebbles of sand. Then we put it up to the test with our filtration system, and these are the results after filtration. This is the water as drinking water. As you can tell, it's pretty clean and clear. These are some more pictures from those results and trials. These are the contaminants captured within on top of container number 1 with our sink strainer that helped tremendously. Those are the contaminants captured from the snow. Wow, isn't that a lot? And this is the actual filtration system with the snow. So our conclusion. Our recreation of a filtration system successfully produced clean water just as we hypothesized before. Looking at the water taken from a nearby source of our community after a rainstorm and filtered by our system, there's a difference in contaminants within the two glasses. Additionally, our filtration system has been proven to be helpful during a snowstorm that happened in February, when clean water and filtered water is not accessible to anyone. Relying on our system would be a nice filtration backup during these particular times. Ultimately, our filtration system got the job done with also being affordable, such as the activated carbon pellets costing the most at $4.67, then following a larger bag of sand at $4.50, a sink strainer that you could obviously find at home as well, but that costs around $3.57, two large containers costing around $3.50 to $2.50. And lastly, having around these items such as a water bottle and coffee filters around the house, therefore, that made our project and our water filtration system accessible.
So these are our photos of the experiment when we started working on the project. So we have labeling both containers. So we have container number 1 and container number 2. And then we have packing the water bottle. So we have um, paper towels in there and sand in there to filter out the water to make it clean. And then we have container number 1 with the water bottle in there. And then we have our final project with both containers stacked on one another.
This is our bibliography of resources we found that helped us during our research and actually creating our prototype.
This concludes our presentation. Thank you.